I have a short sample of content that will provide you a direct meaning of exactly what I mean when I say the law of probability. So the law of probability, the section that I'm giving you guys is from a physicist who goes by the name of Leonard Mlodinow or Mlodinow. Leonard Mlodinow is an American theoretical physicist and mathematician, screenwriter, and author. In his physics, he is known for his work on the large N expansion, a method of approximating the spectrum of atoms based on the consideration of an infinite dimensional version of the problem, and for his work on the quantum theory of light inside dielectrics. He is known to a wider audience through his books for the general public, 5 of which have been New York Times bestsellers, including The Drunkard's Walk, How Randomness Rules Our Lives, which was chosen as a New York Times notable book and shortlisted for the Royal Society Science Prince Book Prize, The Grand Design, co-authored with Stephen Hawking, which argues that invoking God is not necessary to explain the origins of the universe. War of the Worldviews, co-authored by Deepak Chopra, and Subliminal, How Your Unconscious Mind Rules Your Behavior, which won the 2013 Penn E.O. Wilson Literary Science Writing Award. He is known through his public lectures and media appearances on programs ranging from Morning Joe to Through the Wormhole, and for debating Deepak Chopra on ABC's Nightline. So now that is just a brief background on the person who has provided us with this content, and now we go straight into exactly what he says. So I'm directly quoting everything that he says, so we'll start off from here. These 3 laws, simple as they are, form much of the basis of probability theory. Properly applied, they can give us much insight into the workings of nature and the everyday world. In his book, The Drunkard's Walk, Leonard outlines the 3 key laws of probability. The first law of probability is the most basic of all. But before we get to that, let's look at this question. Linda is 31 years old, single, outspoken, and very bright. She majored in philosophy. As a student, she was deeply concerned with issues of discrimination and social justice, and also participated in anti-nuclear demonstrations, which is more probable. Linda is a bank teller. And is an active feminist. To Kahneman and Tversky's surprise, 87% of the subjects in the study believed that the probability of Linda being a bank teller and active in the feminist movement was a higher probability than the probability that Linda is a bank teller. 1. The probability that 2 events will both occur can never be greater than the probability that each will occur individually. This is the conjugation fallacy. He explains, why not simple? Simple arithmetic. The chances that event A will occur equals the chances that events A and B will occur, and the chance that event A will occur and event B will not occur. And the interesting thing that Kahneman and Tversky discover was that we don't tend to make the mistake unless we know something about the subject. For example, Mlodinow muses, suppose Kahn and Tversky had asked which of these statements seems most probable. Linda owns an international house of pancakes franchise. Linda had a sex exchange operation and is known as Larry. Linda had a sex exchange operation and is known as Larry and owns an international house of pancake franchise. In this case, it's unlikely you would choose the last option. If the details we are given fit our mental picture of something, then the more details in a scenario, the more real it seems, and hence the more probable we consider it to be, even though any act of adding less than certain details to conjecture makes the conjecture less probable. Or as Kahn and Tversky put it, a good story is often less probable than a less satisfactory story. Number 2. If two possible events A and B are independent, then the probability that both A and B will occur is equal to the product of the individual probabilities. Suppose a married person has on average, roughly, a 1 in 50 chance of getting divorced each year. On the other hand, a police officer has about a 1 in 5,000 chance each year of being killed on the job. What are the chances that a married police officer will be divorced and killed in the same year? According to the above principle, if those events were independent, the chances would be roughly 1 to 50 by 1 to 5,000, which equals 1 to 250,000. So 1 out of 250,000 chances of that happening. Of course, the events are not independent, they are linked. Once you die, darn it, you can no longer get divorced. And so the chance of that much bad luck is actually a little less than 1 in 250,000. Why multiply rather than add? Suppose you make a pack of trading cards out of the pictures of those 100 guys you met so far through your internet dating service. Those men who in their website photos often look like Tom Cruise but in person more often resemble Danny DeVito. Suppose also that on the back of each card you list certain data about the men, such as honest, yes or no, and attractive, yes or no. Finally, suppose that 1 in 10 of the prospective soulmates rates a yes in each case. How many in your 100 pack will pass the test on both counts? Let's take honest as the first trait. We could equally well have taken attractive. Since 1 in 10 cards lists a yes under honest, 10 of the 100 cards will qualify. Of those 10, how many are attractive? Again, 1 in 10. So now you're left with one card. The first 1 in 10 cards, the possibility is drawn by 1 in 10. And so the next 1 in 10 making the result 1 in 100. That's why you multiply. And if you have more requirements than just honest and attractive, you have to keep multiplying. So, wow, good luck. And there are situations where probabilities should be added. That's the next law. These occur when we want to know the chances of either one event or another occurring, as opposed to the earlier situation in which we wanted to know the chance of one event and another event happening. If an event can have a number of different and distinct possible outcomes, A, B, C, and so on, then the probability that either A or B will occur is equal to the sum of the individual probabilities of A and B, and the sum of probabilities of all the possible outcomes, A, B, C, and so on, is 1. That is 100%, which means it's guaranteed. When you want to know the chances that two independent events, A and B, will occur, you multiply. If you want to know the chances that either of two mutually exclusive events, A or B, will occur, you add. Back to our airline. When should the gate attendant add the probabilities instead of multiplying them? Suppose she wants to know the chances that either both passengers or neither passenger will show up. In this case, she should add the individual probabilities, which according to what we calculated would come to 55%. These three simple laws form the basis of probability. Properly applied, Mlodinow writes, they can give us much insight into the workings of nature and the everyday world. We use them all the time, we just don't use them properly. Close quotes, and that is the end of the statements. I will leave a link in the description below so that you can read this blog for yourself if you are not able to follow along with my commentary. And with that being said, guys, it's very important that you understand this law, because this law can possibly change your life, because it's going to affect the way that you make decisions, and will give you an opportunity to make more clear and precise decisions. by applying probability. And it's something that I've used in my trading, that I've started to use in my trading, because I saw that as long as I keep trying to come up with my own forms of probability and assess which trade I should take, whether this one is a good one or not, I saw that me doing that will result in detrimental losses. So the best thing I can do for myself is to come up with a plan, come fully prepared for the market, knowing that I am just going to make decisions regardless of which ones I think are the good ones and which ones are not, because I understand that with my trading plan, as long as I keep executing, the probability states that over time I will make money. So it's not about the ones that I pick and choose, but it's about me taking all of them and then looking at the data after that and assessing whether my plan is profitable or not. And that requires complete faith, because now I'm not picking and choosing which trades I'm going to take. I take the ones that come to me, and I have faith that they'll work out because I have faith in my system. So hopefully you can transmute this into your own daily life and use it as a means to get the outcomes that you want in your life and the results that you want in your life. Because I tell you now, man, leaving things up to random and not preparing can be very stressful and can guarantee you a lifetime of discontent, despair, and unhappiness. And that's all that we chase, man. We chase the ultimate. That's why I make these videos. I'm chasing it. And hopefully I found a community to chase it with, because the majority of people are not. But as we are, all 585 of us, soon to be 5,000, and then 10,000, and then 100,000. Because as I told you, the laws of probability. If I keep posting videos, I'm more likely to gain subscribers than someone who is not posting videos. So I'll just use the law of probability in my favor. You know, the family's gonna grow. All those that want to level up and go to a new plateau in life, all those that want to evolve, this is the right place to be. Because it's not about the money here. It's not about just getting your finances right, getting your body right, getting your mind right. It's not about that, man. That's not what it's about. It's about evolution. And this is evolution of the new human being. And it starts with us right here, right now. Thank you.